Well, hello everybody. Welcome to another Facebook Live with Leanne Greff. I am here to share a bunch of really unique fun fold cards. So I think you'll be encouraged or inspired to try some of these folds. One is really different. I had to watch a video of somebody's, and she was from another country, and I should have written down her name, but I didn't. Anyway, I'll share it on my blog when I give credit to her for her inspiration, for inspiring me. So we're going to start with Prize Patrol. So let me know you're here, where you're from. If it's your first time here, give a shout out, and don't forget to share and comment so you can get it on next week's prizes. So from last week's video, I had a cardstock sampler for one of the prizes and a package of adhesive backed sequins for 2 lucky winners, and I did contact them yesterday. And Pam Darple won the sequins, so I'll be sending those to her. And Mary Deal won the cardstock sampler. So this is something that's Stampin' Up! Offered demonstrators, and who could order. We ordered these, and they're already out of stock. So I have a supply of these, but I can not sell them. I can only give them away. So if you want one, you can get one with an online order of $50 or more. Or, yeah, just contact me, but I can't sell them, so I can only give them away. So I'll be giving them away during Facebook Lives and whatever very soon. Here and there, I'll do that. Let me see if I can get my laptop to sync up with this. Oh, yep, here we go. There we go. Awesome. Bunch of you on already. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, I can't go through that many names, so welcome everybody. Yeah, give me a shout out when you're here. When you join in, so you can get into the drawing for this next week. Okay, so the prizes for this next week is a set of pre-cut cards. So sometimes after I do a class or a workshop or something, I have extra cards. So these are not stamped. This is the kit for this card. So all you'd have to do, these are already cut out, is stamp a greeting. That's all ready to go on that one. This one, little bit different background color, but you just stamp a greeting on the little die cut given to you. And the third one is one of my easel calendar kits. So it's a 3-card kit. This is for commenting. You're going to get a 3-card kit just for commenting, and I may give a couple of them away. We'll see. For sharing my video, this video, you're going to get a glue stand. So I'm going to do a pink one. I have all colors. It holds our multi-purpose glue, so it's down at the tip when you're working. So my friend likes to add a little piece of paper in the bottom in case, so she can leave it open while she works. So she just cuts or punches a little circle or cuts a little piece of paper, so if it drips while you're working, it doesn't make a mess down in there. So yeah, comment and share to be in the drawing for next week. So while I'm talking about those easel calendars, this is one of my gifts for online orders during February, along with a gingham embossing folder. So orders over $55 online will receive one of these kits and a gingham embossing folder. And if your order is over 100, you're going to receive more than 2, at least 2, if not 3, of these calendar kits, so you can share those. So there's still quite a bit left in the year. Good morning, everybody. All right, so let me check my agenda, what else I want to talk about. Oh, don't forget that you can get 2 free stamp sets with joining and purchasing the starter kit. It's the best deal we offer. Oh, I forgot to put the names out. There's the names for the door prize winner. I don't know if they're on here yet today. But anyway, so the celebration through February, you get to pick out 2 free stamp sets when you join, and they can be any stamp sets. It is absolutely the best deal, and the value is way beyond the $125 you get free in 2 stamp sets. Our team is a wonderful team. We have a fabulous group of people who share and help run and manage the team. So we do a lot. I am so pleased that everybody is so happy and loving what we do in our team. So it's such a positive group. And I do have this Zoom opportunity night coming up on Sunday, February 20th at 3 p.m. So here's the link. I will be, I have an event on my page here that you can opt in on. So just go under more or under events and you can opt in, and then you'll be notified when we start and you'll see the link on how to join. So we're gonna have some sharing. Some of my team is sharing. I'm gonna share my story, how I got started, how I got to where I am. And we're going to talk about all the benefits of being a demonstrator. So I would love it if you could join and share on that and just watch, learn all about being a demonstrator. It's wonderful. Yeah, I've done this before and it's just a really good time. Okay, one other thing before I move on is right now the All Together promotion is happening, and that goes through, gosh, May 2nd. But these natural blends, natural toned blends, a few of the colors are already out of stock, and I believe it's the light colors. So you can still get individual. You can't get the whole collection all at once because they're out of stock through April, beginning of April. So sorry for those of you who didn't get them yet. I have done this little chart. So these are the light, light, medium, and this is our ivory that is in the annual catalog. And here are the medium, deep, and our bronze that is in the annual catalog. So just to show you what the colors are like, and they're more than skin tone. They are for animals and nature and all that. So you don't really need don't have to think that it's just for skin tones. All right, so anyway, these are still, a couple of them are gone, but you can get some. But yeah, the blends, as you can see how smooth they color. They're just everybody's favorite coloring. Oh, the other thing I wanted to be sure you knew about, I know some of you are Paper Pumpkin subscribers, and the price is going up a little bit. So I believe it's, somebody can quote me, $23.50 rings a bell. It's going up monthly, but if you purchase a prepaid in February, you're going to get the current price. In March 1st, it goes up. So right now, if you purchase a 3-month, a 6-month, or a 12-month, you're going to get that many months of the current lower price. And plus, if you do the 3, 6, or 12, you get celebration choices. So with a 3-month, you get 1 celebration choice. With a 6-month, you get 2. With a year subscription, and yeah, it is a little pricey. It's $220 for a year, but then you're done, and nobody charges you, and you get 4 free celebration choices with a 12-month subscription. So, subscription. So anyway, Paper Pumpkin is awesome, and this next one in March is going to have a double stamp set, 2 stamp sets. It's their annual special where they give away an extra stamp set, and it features the New Horizon suite, so it's going to be awesome. Hello, everybody. Okay, I think that's mostly it for business. We're going to get started, and I am playing today with the Ladybug, the Hello Ladybug bundle. So it's just been so popular. One of my Kits to Go features this, and there's so many neat ways you can use it that I wanted to share. 3 different ways to use this bundle. Okay, all right. So, and here it's on page 20 in the annual catalog, and you can get the stamp set alone, or you can get the punch bundle at 10% off. It's only $32.25 for the stamps and the punch together. So cute samples here too. All right, so that is, let's see, we're going to, I'm just gonna, my area, I have stuff everywhere around me, so I don't have to get up. So it's always a challenge to keep everything in place. All right. Okay, so our first card is actually, now if you're in my team and you're in a swap, don't look, because this is my swap for our team this time. We had to do, our theme was animals with a fun fold. So that was our swap, and this was my card. So it's a flat 1-piece back, and then it has, this is 3¼ inch wide by 11, and you just score it in half. So before I get started, you can probably see that texture on there. That is the Hive 3D embossing folder. But this ladybug can be a bee, obviously. People are so clever. And this is the All Together designer paper that's new. It's a 6x6 paper, and I have a bunch of it. I'll show it in a little bit with my kit to go. One of my kits to go this month is, yes, you did order this, Eddie. You are getting the Ladybug Punch and bundle in your kit to go. Yep. Okay. All right. So I have all my parts and pieces here. And I did already punch out one of the ladybug bodies, I guess you'd call it. And I'm going to punch out another one. So what you want to do is I just want the circle part. So I'm going to just punch that right out of there. Okay. All right. Now for coloring, I'm going to use my blend markers. And I'm going to actually get a piece of paper in here because I'm going to keep my background paper nice and clean as much as I can. And I don't have to be real touchy or perfect on the black because it disappears on the black. So it's really nice that way. Oh, and while I'm doing this, did you notice hexagon? Well, we don't have yellow hexagons in this hexagon shapes. So I colored a pink one. You can kind of see my yellow on there. And what I recommend when you color, it's so handy to use the wide tip, but boy, it kind of destroys it. So you want to use the fine tip. So I'm going to use, because this is a hard tip, it doesn't change. So you can see it turned from yellow to pink. I couldn't do that with the black or the just jade, but I can do it on there and actually change that color. Okay, set that aside. We are needing to punch. I already have one body punched, but I need another one. There's another one. Okay, move this black out of the way so you can see. Okay, this is going to be the pattern paper. It's kind of funny that is only one-sided. I don't know what happened there. All right, so we'll start our card with, this is not correct. Interesting. Well, I'm going to cut another one. I must have grabbed something by mistake. So I know it's 3 by 5¼ So I'm going to use this one. And 5¼ And I hope I'm right, because that was my only piece I had here beside me. And I don't know. Oh, yeah, boy, that's a little off too. How interesting. This should be 3¼ and it's a little bit wider. Interesting. Let me just double check. Cut as you go. Yep, I need to trim that to 3¼ And I'm going to do both pieces at the same time, so it works very well. All right, hopefully now we have the correct sizes that I gave you on that sheet right here. This is the little tip or little cheat sheet on, you know, because let's see if that's going to cover. Yeah. I should have probably put it on the black side. All right. We're going to adhere this right to the main card, and I'll face it your way so you, I can work upside down, right? I'm pretty sure. This is a really easy fold that I like to do. And it also is kind of fun sometimes to let some of this hang over the edge. Like if you had a banner, just gives more interest to the card. Okay, so we're going to put this at the top. This is the same altogether paper. Really like the movement that the hexagon or this stripe gave, kind of like a bug is moving on the card. And you know, you can decide which one you want, if you want the up or the down. And I'm gonna follow what I did on this card. Okay, and we're going to adhere our bodies, our bee bodies, to the ladybug. Such a cute idea, isn't it? Voila, we got some bumblebees instead of ladybugs. Okay. All right, so how you do the wings, this is how I did it. I folded a piece of vellum in half, okay? And then you take your wings and just punch. And you can see they're gonna be straight instead of curved, but it's okay. It's not that big a deal. And then I turn it over and do it one more time. Okay, nice use of a piece of vellum that I had. And to adhere them, I used a glue dot. And it's funny that they don't show. So because the vellum is double, maybe it would show if it was single, but it doesn't. So, and then you can even curl them, which I should have done first. Curl this so it gives a little bit of life, especially to the top one. I could do both. So I'm just kind of giving it that lift. Try to get them to all go the same way. I think I messed up. Nope, I didn't. Okay. All right, once again, just press the seam where you punched to the glue dot. And then adhere it. And we have ladybugs. I'm sorry, bumblebees. I'm gonna get it yet. All right, so I started stamping already on that, and I'm gonna just add the little hello on there. These greetings are from the stamp set. Gonna double check that I have it. And I wanted this kind of off to the side like that. All right, and did I show you the inside? I don't think I brought the right color of ink, but we're gonna make it work. Let's see where my little flowers are. I'm gonna just test it. Yeah, it'll work. It'll work. This is daffodil, and on there, I believe I used bumblebee, so I think it'll be close enough. All right, so I'm not watching comments yet. Hopefully I didn't miss something. Ask again if you need help or me to answer a question. And I always go back afterwards and check comments and answer them. So don't be afraid to ask me a question if you need me to answer it. So what I did here, I just wanted a little bit something on this little greeting. So I added, and I think I'm going to keep them straight. Sometimes I like to cut them at an angle, which you'll see in a little bit. But these I'm going to keep straight. So we will grab this little hexagon that I colored yellow with my blends and add that to, try to keep it kind of straight. All right, and these are the hexagon shapes that are in the spring catalog. Okay, to put this together, I'm going to add some dimensionals. And add add this to the bottom. It's really fun to use. Oh, I didn't talk about these shapes. These hexagons are die cut from the Beautiful Shapes dies. So that's where they're from. They have a bunch of circles and hexagons in that one, in that set of dies. Okay, now just to add our bees. And I'm going to grab some, oh, they are definitely lifting with the, the vellum that I curled on there. I know they'll probably go straight if they're on in a package or an envelope, but you can hope. And you can always give a card away in person as well, in a gift or something. So you notice I just tear off my edges. I love to use those edges. Okay, there's the card. Isn't that just cute? Just love making bees out of or punch art. When I first started as a demonstrator, I was kind of known for punch art. Used to do it every Wednesday, and I kind of fell away. Well, we don't have as many punches and new interesting shapes as we used to. So yeah. All right, that's one card, the Bumblebee card. Okay, and one fun fold. All of my cards today are fun folds. So I think you'll really love this next one. It's so bright and happy. Here is, so total change in color. Gonna keep it as a ladybug, but not a traditional color. It is in magenta. This was the top choice. I did a little poll on my Facebook page. Maybe some of you answered. In fact, I know you did. And this was surprisingly, I think the top color was the magenta, and that is leaving next month, end of March. It goes on the retiring list. So this is such an easy fun fold. So you can see it's a traditional card size, and you just fold it back to add that second layer. So this, like I said, is magenta. Now you can score it, or you can just do it the easy way and just place that edge next to your fold and use your bone folder. Okay, and if you want it to mind extra well, give it nice firm creases on all sides. All right, there's our base. Okay, so the layers on here, oh, here's my cheat sheet right there. Okay, so those are the layers and the sizes. I kept them fairly traditional. This just goes on here. So I'm using, to get these leaves, because those are not in the Ladybug set, I decided to use the Island Vibes stamp set. I really love the leaves, and I've seen other people use it with the Ladybug and thought it was brilliant. Okay, so I'm going to start stamping. I'll move some of this away, keep that there. And we're going to use Granny Apple Green is the color of the green I'm using. So, and sometimes when I have a large stamp, I recommend stamping or inking upside down. It really helps you control the ink rather than pressing on your stamp. So this is going to go at the bottom, and I want to be sure to, I'm going to again keep my work, my grid paper clean and stamp on this way. So now that I've talked so much, I'm going to ink again really quickly and hopefully get this all on the card. Okay, pretty good. Then I'm going to ink again and do it on the top, the corner. I don't want to see that corner on my card. I want it off the edge. So I'm going to go a little high. It doesn't matter if it overlaps. So there's the front, and then for the inside, sorry, I'm going to open that up. I did it on the top and the side instead of the bottom, just to do something different. There's the first one. Isn't this a pretty, it's one of those distinctive stamps that just gives you such a lovely multi-hued look with one inking. Now, for this, it's a little tricky. I don't want to show that corner on here, so I'm going to really twist it and just get the tip of that in there so I don't have that corner. So that's pretty good. I could even do a little bit more and more, but I'm going to leave it as is and just stop. Sometimes well, thanks, Linda. I'm glad you like the colors. Sometimes I get a little carried away with some of my stamping. I just, yeah, just want to keep going, you know. All right, so I'm going to stamp some flowers on the front. And let's see, that's the inside. Set that aside. Here is the front. And these 3 little flowers are part of the stamp set. I'm going to stamp off and do them a little lighter. Just kind of intermix them with the stamped off on my paper there. Okay, that's the flowers. And you know, I'm going to do the flowers on the inside. I did the little ladybug on that one, and it's fine, but I didn't get the best inking, so I tried to fill it in with a marker, and you can kind of see that. So I don't like that as much. Okay, that is it. Okay, I think that's done. Done stamping. So let's do our punching. Let's make our ladybug. Move that aside, get the punch out. You can see I already punched one for this card. So it's a neat punch. Oops, that went flying. Because you can just do so much with it. Well, you'll see my last card does not make a bug. Anything, no critter. It just, it makes something different. So you'll see that in a little bit. Oh, let's see. Got my little dots for the wings. That's in black. I'm going to stamp right on the punched wings. I find it better to punch first and then stamp because it's photopolymer. It's very easy to get it straight, as you can see. Okay. All right. Now the other thing I did was I wanted this little ladybug to have a little shimmer. So I am going to use my Wink of Stella on the body. Oh, looks like I need to add a little bit more juice to this one. It's full, so it has plenty, but sometimes you had to squeeze it to get more out. And the more you go over your projects with the Wink of Stella, the more shiny they get. So you can do more. So I'm gonna again curl these wings just a little bit, right, and add the wings to the body. Just a little bit of glue. Remember, this glue goes so far. You do not have to add much to it. You don't want it to ooze out. All right, so this is the inside, this is the front. And the nice thing, if you don't have the multi-purpose glue yet, I highly recommend it. It gives you that sliding time because now I can adjust it where I want it, where a tape runner adheres and you've got to peel and lift and peel. And this, I can move it for about, 10 seconds. It's not that long. All right, so I'm going to estimate using the other card where I want my glue. And this. And now I want my card closed when I adhere it because that shows me my parameters. And then, like I said, I have this sliding time with this liquid glue. If you add too much, it can ooze out. You don't need that much. And then we're going to add the ladybug with some dimensionals, give it some lift. And on some of my bugs, I thought, do I want to add eyes? But no, they kind of take away. So I decided no eyes on the bug. And I did because this is heat embossed with black embossing powder. So I did pre-do that. I didn't want to do that on the live. So we'll just trim those edges. Such an easy way to add interest to your greetings is just to, I'm just tearing these off. I love my edges, these skinny little edges. And then just add that right over. You can add it low or high. Isn't that adorable? Just love it. I've always loved pink and green. I think it's one of the best combinations. Well, purple and green is another one that I really like. Okay, so then I can add this, add a greeting, or just write in it with whatever I want to say for the finished card. Yeah, they are springy, aren't they? They are definitely springy colors. So yeah, all right, that's the second card. Okay, let's move to the last one. This last one is the tricky, to me, it's a tricky fold. I've never seen one quite like it before. So I'm calling it, I don't know if there's a name, but I'm calling it a flip-flap greeting card. Yeah, exactly, Linda. It does give you that wiggle time. I just love using this. And people that don't like it, I think they use too much. And then it oozes out and causes a mess. But this is awesome. Yeah, you're welcome, Carol. I'm glad you got the Ladybug. Yeah, the liquid blue is wonderful. Okay, where is my little cheat sheet? Oh, right there's the cheat sheet. Okay, so here is the next card. You can see what I made with the Ladybug wings is a flower, kind of a lily. But look at this interesting card, how that flap goes. Isn't that fun? So I didn't do much in the inside. I thought I would leave it because it's a thank you. I kept this really light so I can write over it with black ink. Yeah, so we're making a little water lily with the Ladybug Punch. All right, so we're gonna go from start to finish. So you can see this is my card base, and you only get one out of a 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock, but you have a nice 3+ long piece for scraps. So, all right, so I'm gonna leave that one out. I can't keep them both out, and we're gonna get, well, maybe I can't keep any out. We'll see. Because I'm gonna bring in, my scoring board. And we are scoring at 4 1/4 and 7 1/2. And this is 10 3/4. If I cut correctly, that's my scoring board. I prefer it for scoring rather than my paper trimmer. I don't know why. It's just easy. Okay. Gonna give these some good creases. All right, so the tricky part is cutting the die. Now what I used for the die is the stitched rectangle dies. So that's them right there. I'm missing the center and the one I'm gonna use right now. So there's a lot of them. And the neat thing is they stitch inside and outside, which you can kind of see on the card. Right? So you can kind of see the stitching here and the same die. So it leaves the stitching on the outside as I die cut and the one that you get on the inside. Okay, so I'm going to move this aside and bring in the die cutting machine. Okay, so, and I do have my old magnetic platform on here. I just love using the magnetic platform. So you may not have one, but we don't sell one currently, unfortunately. So yeah, hopefully we'll get one soon for this new machine. All right, so what you want to do is cut it about halfway through. And what I need to do is tape that because this is 2 layers on here. So I'm going to use some old washi tape and tape that right down. I'm just estimating where the straightness of this, you can see I'm wiggling it a little bit. Okay, so we're cutting through the top 2 layers. See that? That's the card. So I'm cutting about halfway. I'm not measuring it, just estimating. It doesn't have to be exact. So we're going to cut through both layers. I'm going to go back because it's 2 layers. All right. I'm going to move this away. That's my scoring board. Okay, now to peel the washi tape off. I find that you have to be a little careful because it can grab some of the layers of your paper. So I'm going to be, especially with it going through and through 2 layers, you have to be a little careful. Okay, got it. Now we have our little window. Okay, and this I just throw away because it has a seam in it. You could probably use it as a layer, but it also has the stitching wrong on one side, so I don't save that. Okay, all right. So let's get my parts and pieces out now that we did the hard stuff. All right. So I die cut one of these in purple because I'm going to make a purple flower out of, oh, I didn't even tell you that. The flowers are made from the Simply Marvelous designer paper from Celebration. And the fact that both sides are the same color, a lot of designer papers don't have that the underside is the same color as the outside. So it's perfect for this kind of 3D item, or if you're doing a fancy fold. I love that. So I hope you have that. If you don't, it's still available through February. The Simply Marvelous. It's free with a $50 order. All right, so how you put this together, it's really interesting that this goes, let me get the card out. It adheres through there. So when you're doing this, you're going to adhere this just to that little area right there. It's really, it does hold, but only with something strong like the Tombow glue or maybe Tear and Tape or Seal Plus. And what I like to do is just leave a hair right there. You certainly don't want to go outside your card, but I want a nice sized window. This one right here, this little die cut that I did, I tried to use the smaller stitched rectangle, and it was really long and skinny. And I thought, it's just too long and skinny. So this is from the hydrangea dies, this little shape right here. Okay, so now we have that. We can let it sit aside and dry. So I'm gonna leave, I don't know if any of you take screenshots, but this might be where you can take a screenshot. And I'm gonna just stamp that greeting. And this greeting is, I needed something small and I wanted to do a thank you card. So this is from the Beauty of Friendship. There's the thank you right there. So I needed something that would fit on this little piece. So just inking in black ink. And I know I have it Kitty Wampus on my block here. Okay, pretty good. All right, so that's all the stamping that I'm going to do on this card. It's pretty crazy. Well, no, it's not. I do have something on the inside. I don't know if you noticed this, and I think I'll do that now while that dries. Okay, we're gonna do just a little bit of stamping with a Versamark. And I decided to use that flower. You know, tone on tone can be just a really soft look for your inside of your cards or a background. It's just really soft. So if you're not sure what Versamark is, it is a watermark ink pad that is perfect for backgrounds and embossing. So, so yeah, there is the big flower. And then I grabbed, oh, that one didn't really come very well, but it's fine because it's such a soft background. I'm going to grab the little dots that come in the stamp set and do a few dots as well. It just, Versamark is one of my favorite ways to stamp a background. But one thing to remember if you're a scrapbooker, Versamark will fade. It is not something that stays in color because it is just a watermark. So that's the front of the card. We'll just get rid of this. There's a lot to this card, so bear with me. I pulled out lots of product with this one. All right, so let's do some background. Now what I did for this pretty leafy background was I used the Basic Patterns masks. So That's one. This is the one we're going to use. And there's that one, which would also be, I think I'm going to switch and use this one on this card. And then there's a polka dot. So there's 4 masks in this set. And I kind of like the leafy ones. Okay, so I'm going to use, I switched up the card color. I don't know if you noticed that. This is Pear Pizzazz and this is Old Olive because I love Old Olive with our gorgeous grape. Yeah, I hope you do try the Flip Flap card, Marilyn. It is really fun, really fun. Just a really neat fold to give. Now this is, I worry about getting it straight. Well, I guess I kind of do because there are some lines here. So I'm just going to hold this and not tape it down and use my blending brush and just do a really soft, because remember, this is my inside of the card. I want to write on it if I want to write on it, of course, and then sign it. You don't want it too dark. And you know, I kind of like the faded edges, so I'm not worrying about getting it everywhere, but I also like a little bit of depth of color here and there too. So then I just hold it, lift it up, and see what it looks like. There, done. Isn't that beautiful? So now we'll do one for the front. Trying to keep it somewhat straight. And this one can be a little darker. In fact, I want it to be a darker to match the olive a little better. So we're going to do some darker areas. I'm just not real fussy about having it even. I think it's because it's covered up by the flower as well. So yeah, the flower uses a lot of those punched wings. I think that's perfect. Okay, nice and soft. All right, clean up my area here. We'll start making that flower. Just going to add this to the inside while I have it here. This is 4 inches by 5 1/4, just standard inside. And this one, oh, my measurements are right here. I haven't been using my notes at all. I do type up notes so I can remember what products I used. And well, I better check. You never know about me and my measurements. Yeah, it's a little bit off. I'm going to have to trim it. I like a thin edge, so I use eighth inch measurements now and then, which probably could annoy some people that don't like that, but pretty good at estimating. So pretty good. I can still scoot it just a little bit because of that liquid glue. All right, so that's gonna go on here. And I did just leave a little, I wanted this as big as I could because I love the pattern so well. So it's just a little bit of an edge on there. This is a standard A2 card, and you could jazz it up and add more. I could do some stamping, I could do some more punching, but I kept it really, really simple. For the most part, well, I shouldn't say simple. It's not that simple, but the front, I didn't do much more than that pretty flower. I'm excited to see what a purple flower is going to look like. Okay, so I just trimmed this to fit my my die a little bit, and I can see it's a little off. I'm going to try and do a nice quick trim there. All right, and then I just center that on the front. I don't center it on the whole thing, so I center it how it looks on the front. So that, you know, depending on what die or what layers you use. Ooh, I hope I didn't over glue. No, I'm okay. Yeah, you can put anything on there, but it would have to fit in that window. Well, yeah, it would. Otherwise, it will not flow through. So you can't have anything wider or it wouldn't flap like that. Okay, our card base is ready. Now let's make our flower. And I did pre-do quite a few of the petals, so you won't be watching me punch and curl all these petals. And I honestly don't even know how many petals I'm using. It's just a matter of how full do you want your flower. Okay, we'll leave it at that for now. Then you take your bone folder. You could use a pencil too, and you just curl. And you want some to be really curly because I like the center to be a little bit more curled than the outside. So just so easy, but you do want to get a good hold on that so you don't rip it. Okay, so let's get my flower pieces out. I'm just using, this is I think 1 3/8 inch. It doesn't matter which size circle, but it depends on how wide you want your flower. Okay, now let's start building. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. We'll pick a petal that isn't quite as, and what I do when I glue is well, actually I'm going to go in and have a little bit of that white space showing on the point. You can kind of see that. The point is showing a little bit, and then you're going to overlap. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on that one and overlap them. Okay, so you just keep going and overlapping. And it's okay, like I said, to have a little bit of that showing because your next petal is going to cover that. And the inside petals as well. So you just want to alternate where the petals are at. And it's not a perfect flower because you're going around a circle and these are straight. But you can see where the petals are in between each one. So our flower is forming. And the center will be covered up. And by the way, that black center there is from the, it could be any circle, but I liked that. I can't really see it in black, but it has little dots on it. It's from the sunflower dies. Now, as you finish your circle, you may find that it doesn't match up, but it still works. It still works. So you can see as long as they're not on top each other, it's going to be fine. And as you get in the inside, you may, I'm going to start doing it on this, I probably should have done in the first place, putting it on that way. You may find that you have to put single petals on, which I'm going to start doing now. So I'm just actually going to tear it and put a little glue on here. I should have curled. I really wanted this one to be curled. And then just start adding single petals. Oops, my finger must be sticky. And it doesn't matter the center because you're going to cover that up. You have to cover it with something. So can you imagine doing, petals with your designer paper? I don't think, well, you could use cardstock, but it's going to get really thick. So you could certainly cut them. You know me, I like to be quick about things and I just tear because it doesn't really matter. It's going to get covered up. Oops, again, my finger must be sticky. So one more, and I may be able to quit. Really up to you how big. You could make a huge flower. No, I think I have to do one more yet. Can't quit. You could make it, just depending on the size of your circle, it could be a really big flower. Okay, I think I'm going to quit. Now, where's my center? Oh, there. Right here. Okay, so isn't that beautiful? I can't wait to see it on the card. All right, we're going to add this little flower center with a dimensional. Oh, wait, I wanted to use my black one so it doesn't show. So this is the perfect reason to use one of our black dimensionals when you don't want that white to show through those little dots. Okay, ooh, I'm excited. All right. Oh, I did forget something. We need some leaves. And you could certainly punch green leaves from here for this flower, but I wanted that contrast. So I'm just going to punch a single leaf here for this last one. And, you know, what I did is I kind of just folded that over because I didn't want them so wide. So I just kind of bent it and made it kind of mined. You can give it a little bit of a lift. Your petals. Okay. And I did not pop this up. I just left it as is. Ooh, the purple is definitely a high contrast. Have this darker flower. Up to you if you put it in the center or off to the side. It really doesn't matter. Isn't it pretty? Those of you who love purple, I thought you would like this one. I'm going to just sneak that in and press it down. And you can continue to curl these since you started with the bone folder and make it really look like a lily or a mum. This could easily be viewed as a mum as well. Okay, now the last thing is to add some gems. I don't know if you saw them. Can you see those little shiny gems? I don't know how the camera is viewing that, but we have silver and epoxy gems that actually have raindrops on them. I thought I didn't want something that was really bold on the cards, so I decided to use the little raindrops. Let's see, we will add these, and they're perfectly shaped. Let's see if I can get that camera to focus on that. I doubt if I can. It's just really subtle. So let's see, raindrops fall with the point at the bottom, right? Okay, so I like to have them in singles or pairs. I don't know why. Okay, we'll put a few over here. Okay, and maybe a single one at the top. Oh, my kitty brought a mouse over here, wants to play. Not a real mouse, a fake mouse. We'll put one right here. Okay, there we go. There is our Flip Flap lily card. Aren't they pretty? So it's just so fun to see that movement when you open a card. You don't get that at Hallmark, right? Okay, so our cards today, we made a bunch of unique fun folds. There's that one, and here is the bumblebee card. So a lot. Let me move this away. It's hard to even get them all on here. There. So what's your favorite? The lily, the bumblebee, or the ladybug? Which one are you going to make? The purple one is your favorite, Linda? Awesome. Yeah, it is a really neat fold. And you just need to have, now this wouldn't have to be just a rectangle die. You could use any die, but I think it has to be straight. I don't know a circle. I don't know. It's worth experimenting and see if something else would work. I'm sure it would, but you'd have to have a much smaller panel. But I'm thinking maybe a circle would actually work on there. Why wouldn't it? Something to try. Who's going to be the first to try a different shape? You're going to make all of them, Jen? Awesome. Okay, all right. So this one is definitely bright and eye-catching. If you like the brights, you'll like that. But I know some of you love purple. So that is most of the projects today. I'm going to share with you a couple more things. Today is the last day to get my card kits to go. So somebody just popped in. I don't know who it was. So this is my Ladybug card kit to go. So this uses my Easy 8-Card Wonder. And it is my template that I created that helps you make quick cards. And here are a lot of the cards. So the colors I used are Granny Apple Green, Coastal Cabana Black, Real Red. Yeah, I think that's it. So you get 8 cards all pre-cut. You will stamp and cut the printed template that I print for you. It's included in the kit. And that it comes with all the pre-cut pieces. Everything is punched. It does not include gems or ink, but you get the Ladybug stamp set, which I put somewhere over here. So this is what you get: the stamp set, the pre-cut pieces, and the template, and then the tutorial on how to make the cards. So you can get the tutorial. It's, let's see, this one is $38. Like I said, it includes the stamp set. You can add on the punch for another $18, and I think the final cost of that is $54. So that includes priority shipping to you. So pretty good deal for 8 cards, a tutorial valued at $15, and a stamp set. And then the other one is my Flowing Flowers one. Same tutorial, same template. You get this stamp set. Similar colors. I have Coastal Cabana, Bermuda Bay, Daffodil, and Navy for these cards. So like I said, everything is pre-cut and punched for you, all the die cuts. You just have to stamp and then cut on the printed lines. So yeah, I did answer you back, Karen. I did get your email, and yeah, well, anyway, I sent you an email and responded on Facebook. So today is the last day to get these. I do usually cut out an extra 1 or 2 sets, so there may be some left over if you're watching this video later and not live. So just contact me, message me on Facebook or in my email. It's lagreff@gmail.com. Then the last one uses the Altogether paper. This is the black and white paper that is new, and you do get this half a pack of this paper. You get a whole sheet of the rhinestones, the in-color rhinestones, and the gingham ribbons. So these are all fun fold cards. So here is one. And I used the Sunny Sentiment stamp set. This does not come in the kit, but you can add it on, and I give you an extra 10% off. So these are almost all fun folds. Look at this one. If you like that, this is polished pink, but it's a neat 3-panel fun fold card that like I said, everything is punched out. You just stamp and assemble. Here's another one. Same thing. Everything is punched. You just cut your own designer paper, though. I do have to tell you that. So this uses the Picture This die where you put those papers in the window. So that's pretty cool. So 10 cards and $20 in product, and this is $28 local or $36 with priority shipping. Now remember, if you're getting any of these card kits together, you get, nope, this one is not included in your purchase, Eddie. You didn't ask for this one. You wanted the flowers and the ladybug. That was what you ordered. So, so anyway, contact me by tonight to get these pre-cut kits to go, or I may have extras. Now this one is available on my shop. You can order this kit to go directly on my shop. Just go to this website, and you can see all of my tutorials. Now remember, all of these are available in tutorials. You can get them. Yes, you get the cardstock as well. Everything is pre-cut. Yep, everything. Some of the things like this one, I'll give you a sheet of white paper for you to stamp and then cut. But otherwise, you get all the pieces cut except the designer paper. And I give you the instructions in the tutorial on how to cut your paper. And they're usually very simple cuts. I don't get too crazy about the cuts. But yeah, almost all fun folds. So you can do what you want, stamp any greeting you have, or add on the Sunny Sentiment stamp set. I always make my kits to go, except for these one-sheet wonders, because you're getting the stamp set. But I always make my kits to go and the tutorials to use greetings only. So no, you can add this on, Eddie. You sure can. And yep, you get everything pre-cut, but just need greetings for most of my kits to go. So, all right, thank you so much. I think that's it. If you want this, don't forget to contact me today or go to my tutorial shop. or email me or message me if you want to get any of these kits to go. I may have extras left over. I try and cut out a few spares just for those people who don't catch this information in a timely manner. So I'll see you all next week. February 22nd is the next Facebook Live. And if you need to order anything, be sure to use my host code. And remember, I give post perks for my shoppers. So the frequent shoppers, except for kits, the kits don't count on the frequent shopper forms, but for every $50 you spend, you get a flower, and when it's full, you get $50 free. I just sent out four this month, $50 shopping sprees to my my loyal customers. So I love doing that. They get to go on a shopping spree. Oh, awesome. I'm glad you got your glue holder. Carol, I can't remember what color that you ordered, but we have a lot. Pearl and red and turquoise and blue. And I think we have a couple dark pink left over. So yeah, if you need a glue holder, this is the place to go. All right, thanks so much. Take care, and I'll see you next week. Okay, bye-bye.